Hey everybody, we got some big breaking news. That weirdo in Idaho has agreed to a plea deal. It's been one of the biggest mysteries on crime shows over the last several years, right? So this weirdo in Idaho has agreed to a plea deal offered to him by prosecutors that would allow him to avoid the unalive penalty. So he will not fry. He will not fry, but he did plead guilty on all counts, it sounds like. Sounds like on all counts. So that's the end of one of the greatest, again, mysteries in crime shows over the last several years. Absolutely wild. Yeah, we'll see if people come over here. We'll see if we have reach outside of AI and crypto topics. We'll see if the algorithm also gives us the lay of the land, the run of the roost when it's a random breaking news topic. So again, he has pled guilty on all counts, avoiding possibly being fried. So for people who were wondering all those crime shows, did he do it? Did he not do it? Now we have finality on that one, right? One of the more tragic and brutal events of the last several years, for sure. Someone says they're not interested in AI or crypto. Okay, so I'm servicing a part of the audience that I guess feels uh, you know, underserved. So that's great. Yeah, again, breaking news for the newcomers. That guy in Idaho has pled guilty on all counts, ending one of the great crime mysteries, one of the great forensics and crime mysteries of the last decade. So many shows on Netflix and Amazon Prime about did he do it? Well, now we know. Somebody says it's not justice at all. Not justice at all. Well, he'll be in prison for the rest of his life. But no, if he really did do that, if he really did commit those crimes, it does seem like getting off easy in a sense because he stole other people's lives, and yet he gets to exist for the remainder of his days, granted you know, behind prison bars. Yeah, fascinating though. It looks like we're starting to go out, which is good. Starting to get numbers outside of our usual topics. And yeah, appreciate all the old time subscribers, all the old timers who come back here and who are listening over on Apple Podcast as well. Appreciate all these folks. We're all a little bit older, but no worse for wear. Absolutely no worse for wear. I consider myself a pre-owned journalist. Pre-owned, not, not used. Uh, hey there, what's up? What's up? Everybody else. I think people will be watching this later. We're going to end it soon and then we'll have it go out on replay, have the archived version go out. Because this is, again, huge news. Then you guys can just discuss it in the comments. So if you're watching later tonight, get in there, get down there and discuss in the sacred comments. The hearing on Wednesday will be interesting. Oh, is that what the hearing is set for? Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they say. But again, breaking news that this dude has pled guilty on all counts. We got Robin from the old days. Absolutely. As our AI friend would say, absolutely. I remember those days and I stand by them 100%. That was good journalism. It was misunderstood by some. I think some misunderstood it intentionally because they were intimidated by what we were talking about. But we prospered regardless. It took many years, but we got to where we're supposed to be, and so on. Somebody saying that was in their home state. What a psychopath! Yeah, that guy, the cold eyes. He has the cold stare. People who have empathy or high emotional intelligence, kind of bullshit. distinction, I think, this emotional intelligence. But definitely, some people are more attuned than others to other people's vibe, and he gives off a very weird vibe in the various photos of him. Very cold, analytical vibe. I think he was a criminology student too, right? So just too much weirdness. You can see the guy maybe his thought process is he thought he was smarter than everybody. He would try to get away with the perfect crime, knowing everything he knows about forensics and response times and stuff. But they got him. It took years. They finally got, him to plea, and at least that saves them some resources, I guess. But not really, right? Because now they got to provide for him forever in a prison cell. Seems like you should just be able to send him up to Alaska, have him work on the pipelines without a jacket on, you know? Work on the pipelines wearing summer clothes, or something like that, like what they do in Russia. Yeah, I spoke the truth years ago. Thank you for that. I speak the truth now, not about this guy, but about the broader themes of our age. That if ChatGPT came out roughly 3 years ago, if even, not even, right? It came out fall 2022, which means it was probably in early development in 2021. So let's say again, generously, it's been 3 years since it launched. Everything has changed. It's been advancing. It's been getting better and better. I think what they had initially was some kind of remedial and sporadic AI, right? It wasn't always on task, but there was something there. They got progressively better and better to the point where now it's teaching itself and it's editing its own code, like something out of a science fiction movie. And it's teaching itself 24/7, teaching itself new stuff and going off on little adventures. And it's incredible. It's the most incredible thing ever. It's bigger than Bit. It's as big as the internet itself. In fact, this is like the end game of the internet. All of us being connected to this thing for the last 20 years and giving it all of our input in terms of the content on different discussion forums and stuff. That's part of what informed this being. That's part of what made AI happen. Is it read all of our collective garbage on the internet and discerned meaning from it. Most advanced breakthrough ever. But yeah, back to the guy in Idaho. He's pled guilty. Pled guilty on all counts. Yeah, so again, if you're judging GPT by where it was at a couple of years ago in terms of giving incorrect answers, it's much more refined today, refined and disciplined, and just straight up smart, straight up intelligent. So sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for humanity at this point. We lucked out. Right? We've got the money layer first, and then the intelligence layer with this thing. So yeah, we lucked out for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know if he gave up the murder weapon or any evidence. That is a very good question. Yeah, the power of a planetary ASI right on your phone. You can't beat that, folks. It's absolute craziness. So, all right, I'm gonna end this one, but I put the link to our contact page. You don't have to log in. If people have things they want to share, go for it. Talk again soon.